What is the primary law governing privacy and data protection in South Korea? A. The Act on Promotion of Information and Communications Network Utilization and Data Protection. B. The Personal Information Protection Act. C. The Act on the Use and Protection of Credit Information. D. The Medical Service Act. Correct answer, B. The Personal Information Protection Act. Who is responsible for overseeing the enforcement of PIPA in South Korea? A. The Korean Internet and Security Agency. B. The Ministry of Science and ICT. C. The Personal Information Protection Commission. D. The National Police Agency. Correct answer, C. The Personal Information Protection Commission. What constitutes personal information under the Personal Information Protection Act? A. Any information pertaining to a legal entity. B. Information about a living individual that identifies the person by their physical appearance. C. Information about a living individual that identifies the person by their name, image, or other means. D. Publicly available information about an individual. Correct answer, C. Information about a living individual that identifies the person by their name, image, or other means. What type of security measures does PIPA require from personal data controllers? A. Only technical measures such as encryption. B. Only physical measures such as locked filing cabinets. C. Both technical and administrative measures to secure personal data. D. Measures as advised by the Personal Information Protection Commission on a case-by-case basis. Correct answer, C. Both technical and administrative measures to secure personal data. What is the deadline for notifying affected data subjects in case of a personal information breach under PIPA? A. Within 24 hours. B. Within 48 hours. C. Within 72 hours. D. Within 1 week. Correct answer, C. Within 72 hours. What are the consequences of violating PIPA, including for unauthorized third-party data transfers without consent? A. Mandatory public apology. B. Corrective orders and administrative fines up to KRW 30 million. C. Imprisonment up to 3 years. D. Criminal sanctions including imprisonment up to 5 years or fines up to KRW 50 million. Correct answer, D. Criminal sanctions including imprisonment up to 5 years or fines up to KRW 50 million. What rights does PIPA grant to data subjects regarding their personal information? A. Right to be forgotten. B. Right to access, correct, delete their personal data and withdraw consent. C. Right to receive compensation for any misuse of their data. D. All of the above. Correct answer, D. All of the above. How does PIPA regulate the cross-border transfer of personal data? A. Data can be transferred without restrictions. B. Consent is not required if the receiving country has data protection laws. C. Consent must be obtained, and the receiving country must have an adequate level of protection. D. Transfers are allowed only to specific countries approved by the PIPC. Correct answer? C. Consent must be obtained, and the receiving country must have an adequate level of protection. What was the Nth Room scandal, and how did it relate to privacy laws in South Korea? A. A data breach at a major corporation. B. An online sexual exploitation case. C. A controversy over government surveillance. D. A case of medical data mishandling. Correct answer? B. An online sexual exploitation case. What specific challenge does the digital age pose to the enforcement of privacy laws like PIPA? A. Reducing the cost of data storage. B. Enhancing the speed of data processing. C. Protecting personal information against unauthorized access and use. D. Facilitating international data transfers. Correct answer, C. Protecting personal information against unauthorized access and use. Does PIPA apply to online service providers in the same way as it does to offline data controllers? A. Yes, without exception. B. No, it applies more leniently to online service providers. C. Yes, but with specific provisions tailored to online activities. D. No, online service providers are exempt from PIPA. Correct answer, C. Yes, but with specific provisions tailored to online activities. What must data controllers do before collecting personal information according to PIPA? A. Inform the data subject about the purpose of data collection. B. Obtain explicit consent from the data subject. C. Both A and B. D. None of the above. Correct answer, C, both A and B. Under what conditions can personal data be processed without the consent of the data subject under PIPA? A, if it is in the public interest. B, for direct marketing purposes. C, if the data subject has made the information publicly available. D, both A and C. Correct answer, D, both A and C. What is the role of the Act on the Use and Protection of Credit Information in South Korea's privacy landscape? A, it regulates the use of personal credit information exclusively. B, it complements PIPA by providing specific guidelines for financial data. C, it is the primary law for data protection, superseding PIPA. D, it focuses on the protection of information in the telecommunications sector. Correct answer, B, it complements PIPA by providing specific guidelines for financial data. How does PIPA address the issue of sensitive information? A, it prohibits the collection of sensitive information. B, it requires additional safeguards and consent for processing sensitive information. C, it treats sensitive information the same as any other personal information. D, it allows the processing of sensitive information for research purposes without consent. Correct answer, B, it requires additional safeguards and consent for processing sensitive information. What legal action can individuals take if their privacy rights are violated under PIPA? A, file a complaint with the Personal Information Protection Commission. B, seek judicial redress for violations. C, request mediation from the Korea Internet and Security Agency. D, both A and B. Correct answer, D, both A and B. How does PIPA define personal data processors, and what responsibilities do they have? A, entities that store personal data without processing it. B, entities that process data on behalf of data controllers. C, independent entities that collect and use personal data for their own purposes. D, government agencies that oversee data protection practices. Correct answer, B, entities that process data on behalf of data controllers. What provisions does PIPA have for the protection of children's personal information? A, special consent requirements from guardians for children under 14. B, no specific provisions. Children are treated the same as adults. C, an outright ban on collecting personal information from children. D, mandatory parental notification for any data collection from children. Correct answer, A, special consent requirements from guardians for children under 14. How does the Personal Information Protection Act define data controller? A, any entity that processes personal data. B, an entity that determines the purposes and means of processing personal data. C, a government body responsible for data protection. D, an individual within an organization responsible for data security. Correct answer, B, an entity that determines the purposes and means of processing personal data. What impact did the Nth Room scandal have on public perception and legal reforms in South Korea regarding privacy and data protection? A, it led to a decrease in online data sharing by individuals. B, it prompted stricter enforcement of existing privacy laws. C, it resulted in no significant changes to privacy laws. D, it highlighted the effectiveness of current data protection measures. Correct answer, B, it prompted stricter enforcement of existing privacy laws.